Hello all, this is Zimnala coming at you with a new adventure in BallXPit. We're going to be picking up where we left off. We had pretty much started getting ourselves to a good place with our setup, and we were going to start setting up something a little bit more permanent now that we've got extra resources, but yeah. We've done most of the easy stuff anyway, so... some initial adventure in here. See how our starting harvest... How did that guy even get through? I still don't know how they keep breaking through. But that's hilarious. See how our is doing. Yeah, this price is good. This one right here is good. I'll sell one stack of that. I'm just gonna take a look to see if anything gives me anything decent. Something needs to be leveled up and I don't know what it is. So I'm just gonna take a look at what everything has going on. I think that's all the stuff I maxed out, but these are maybe the things I didn't. Or maybe I really did max everything out. It's crazy. So the warrior gets to play again. What stats are max? We actually did do all of the stats. Huh. Okay, well, we'll take it. So they need to do the gory grasslands. Who would they want to play with? Blam, blam. So it's more of a short list on who has done it versus the other way around. I guess we'll do them with the repentant. That should be fine. But the main character there does not actually have a house, so they're not going to get the bonus either way. Which one is the repentant though? Let's figure out where that house is sitting. I know this is this guy. Okay. Let's move it over here and get that involved. Yep, so we will head on out there into the gory one. We're going to bring our buddy, the repentant. At least we don't have to worry about any more specific upgrades to build for houses, so it's just unlocking new buildings. So this place has new buildings to do, and the new area will as well, so... So we're not going to worry about these accessories. has been a few days since last time, so I'm gonna start refreshing myself on which things we're gonna be working towards, figuring out what they do. So one thing I don't understand is why this doesn't list the evolutions it has, but this one does. So that does not make sense to me. You know? Like, I definitely found ones that they are a part of. I'm just giving myself a quick oversight on which items do have upgrades. I mean, evolutions I haven't seen yet. I mean, my instinct would be that this one and maybe the feather would work together. That's just my personal gut instinct. This is a wing. This is probably whatever the fusion is. This. Now what would it do to look like that? This has a wing on it, so that might make sense. So I might try for those at some point. But let's get both of these out of my life. I do think that was pretty decent. Maybe we'll just get that for now. That's a solid choice either way. Fast we launch these things is absolutely silly. I need to find a good evolution for the freeze as well along the way. That'll get us a pretty good run. I guess the real problem is there's no advantage to leveling up until I find something to fuse with. Well, this probably fuses with something too, but let's get this out of our life. Get one evolution off the bat. That's what we want. That one should be fine. I'll take that. It's not especially overpowered or anything, but I'm gonna see if this fuses with the feather. That's my gut instinct, is that they might fuse. One, two, three, four, five. Yep, I'll take it. First boss ahoy soon. Lightning is good. I think I'll take lightning. Find a third thing that uses with that. Oh, we got a new blueprint. A huge tree. Okay, it's a big tree, huh? So there's 2 evolutions. I was right. This was the one. Okay, let's see what this is. We're no longer affected by hazards on the ground. Actually, that's actually not too bad. This is a good one, actually. I think I like it. And that would bounce. That would actually stack with that, but that might be overkill at this point. Let's focus on the balls for now. I think the balls are going to be a very important part of our life. We need something that gives critical hits anyway. Yeah, let's try this one. This is at least a critical hit choice. So let's get this into play. We do have another evolution to do, so if we get our next one. Another problem is that we aren't doing quite enough damage so far. So definitely need a little something to make this work. Taking some incidental damage by measures. Yeah, the greatest problem is that we're not doing enough area of effect damage. So the lasers would actually be quite good, but we haven't seen anything like that. What ability is that? Oh, that could actually be a little useful. Let's blinding enemies here would actually be relatively handy. We are certainly having other problems. Definitely a little underpowered for this area. up. It's unfortunate. Might as well. So we learned that the... Oh, it's not max yet. No, I couldn't tell. Okay. Thought it was level 2, 3, I mean. I don't think we're gonna make it to the boss level and defeat it. We're gonna try. Oh. Well... More critical hits on blind enemies. Let's take it. We need something. Yeah, probably. We're dead though. I knew it. Well, we learned one new evolution, so that's one thing. So I think this is an upgrade to the trees, so we'll take a look at it. We clearly weren't ready to do that with that combination. Let's get this back in line. How big are they? Yep, they're the single ones. So yeah, that's gonna be the next thing we get in here is those ones. We can trim this down a little and make it a little bit more useful. Well, it doesn't do us much good at this second because of what we have going on. I don't think we want to raise the area because I just don't think that will work in our favor, but let's just launch in here and get stuff going. So yep, we're gonna sell these. We are going to get rid of these ones. And we're gonna start putting these in. What's their normal capacity? They have a capacity of 7. No, what's their starting one? 3? Yeah, let's upgrade it. So 2 is good. What does level 3 give? 11. So it's 450 for 7 and 900 for that. For 11. So 450 is probably the best of the value. So let's start off by doing... I don't want those. So yeah, this is definitely going to be a bit of a work in progress. So of this, We're gonna start expanding this just to get some more room. Yeah, I'm gonna start moving like these farms to the corner. Okay, now how much does it give us for this? We're gonna sell 100 of this. Use that to expand this. That's already going to give us more than we had before. Let's sell this. I suppose I can still give them those. We've got way too much wheat, so I wanted to trim that down. Well, way too much is relative, you know? It's a good amount of wheat. We're gonna start balancing it out with other elements, and then we won't have to worry about it soon, so. There'll be more actual gameplay, I suppose, is one way of looking at it. So that only gives 100, that's not worth it, whereas this is still worth it. Look at you bouncing. Good for you. Yeah, I imagine if you actually get enough of those buildings that you don't have to do the bouncing part yourself, but that's a thing that's gonna take time. we'll set things up to automate. So now let's consider what we want to do. I suppose another harvesting session might be good, because we actually get more gold out of it. Sneaking in here at the border where it matches the part we've gotten. I see where it's happening. That's fine. It still paid for itself either way. So we have the repentant again. We can do the fungal one. Let's give these two something going on. So in this case, it is the repentant again. So let us find those two together. So where is the itchy finger? There we go. Are you close enough for this? You are not close enough for this. Well, in that sake, we can move it down here and get that involved. Okay, we're now ready. So we clearly didn't have enough AoE damage. We weren't having anything that could hit the back row. So we're gonna have to consider getting stuff that passes through enemies. I really want these. I don't really want either of those, but I already get this from the itchy finger. So one thing to check is to make sure I have everything for this. Yeah, I have. It went away. Good. Same thing with this. It's known. Yes, it's known. Alright, so if I get rid of them as I know them, then I won't have to worry about them later. This will work. This is almost exactly what I wanted. Let's get this involved. Radioactive is also nice, but I'm not going to worry about it immediately. So sun would be quite nice. If I can get that one, it would affect everything. I think sun is one of the ones I've liked quite a lot. Might as well. Actually, I'm an enjoyer of that one. I'll take one critical option because that will still help us. Getting a lot of field clears, which is nice. I think maybe my failure last time was a strategy failure and not a stat failure. I think I just didn't plan that well enough. Trying to figure out what's up with that. So what do I think would match with the spike collar? So it's a melee range thing, so maybe I'll have to look at what has evolutions I haven't found. Maybe something will pop out to me. Maybe it's this one right here. I don't know though, but I do want the sun. The sun is gonna join me on this journey and we'll have a good time. That's another field clear. So much freeze. We already passed through enemies, we don't have to work extra hard at that. I don't think the icicle is something that combines with something. I think it's just an AoE. That makes sense. Might as well get lightning light up for the sun. Oh, get me out of this hole. That was rude. Gotta remember when I do a field clear to get out of the way. It's going quite strongly. Well, that could be nice. Another field clear. I like it. We got virus in play. You know what? This could also fuse with the spiked collar. Let's give that a try. Let's see if those two fuse, because they both have to do with melee range almost. Like one is when you get hit, and one is when you get close enough for them to fuse. So maybe they fuse together. We'll see. I guess just take the 3. Yeah, it wasn't a 3 anyway, so it wasn't wasted. Only gonna get one more though, so. I feel like we're good enough to win though. I feel like this is fine. Still want to see if that next one is gonna be an upgrade though. That's annoying. I hope there's one more, but there probably is not. Oh well. Definitely shrugging this time. enjoying life very much, though. So we got a new character. Blueprint. The laboratory. Gained another level with the repentance. The achy finger went up 2. Increased the shroom trophy. Yeah, we can sell 100 of this. That'll give us more. Honestly, we could sell 200 of it. It'd be just fine. Only need 2 more houses. And all these warfare buildings. So, yeah. Building that should take no time. Yep, knew it. We should also be able to harvest essentially everything. At least everything in that little section. So. And apparently stuff not even in the section, so. So we have our physicist. We also got 100 wood and 100 stone in a single harvest achievements. All of these are level 1, so we are just gonna smash those down. Place new ones. Move these guys out of the way. They're not needed for this anymore. Bring these friends back in. I'm not gonna overthink it, I'm just gonna bounce. Like you probably have more resources than we need to for a long time. So now what we can do is start leveling everything up to level 2. We're gonna check out this Physicist. So our stats are probably high enough to do level 2 together, so I think we're gonna do the Physicist and... towards the back of the screen, huh? And the Flagellant. So we're gonna do these two together, even though I don't think they combo, they should have enough stats to win against it. Oh, they don't work together. Ah, interesting. Alright. Then who do I think they'd pair with? The Repentant. I think the Repentant and this guy would be a funny combination. Doesn't matter where we go because we need to do everywhere. So we are going to... We need to gain some levels too, so... Let's just toss them in here. We're gonna keep our philosophy, work our way from the back forward. Oh, so we get a guiding line for it. That's very interesting. So what's funny is that we get speed ups every single time. Oh, a damage up every time it bounces, which is funny. This would be a good item for the ice one. So we're gonna combo those together. Not exactly giving me what I want, but it's okay. Maybe I can get another level before I have to grab that. Yep, this'll work. At least this Physicist is interesting. Well, that would not... That would make this go a lot faster, but also it would be counter against the bonuses of our characters, so I don't think that's a good choice for our thing. Although I do want to experiment with what that has going on. At some stage. I don't think I need anything more than what we have for balls, but I mean, I'll grab something, of course. It'll make me eventually. I'm just gonna grab some stuff. I'm not gonna use them, so it doesn't really matter what other ones I get. So it is an evolution. Oh, I already knew this evolution, actually. And there's another evolution of it. And there's another evolution. I don't like. That's what I mean by it doesn't show this evolution properly. Which I find to be a little annoying. So what looks like it might be a sphere? This looks like dynamite. That looks a little bit like lips to me. This looks like a crown. So this might fuse with this. Because they're both blood related, theoretically. It's an idea, at least. But this also looks like it might fuse with something to make this. This is a sword. Unless this is what I'm thinking of with that. I'll keep that in mind for a future experiment. I am a little glad that, though I found it before, that was a fusion like I thought it might be. It just wasn't recorded where I was looking. So it has another fusion I don't know about. They both fuse. Then is it another fusion with this? Do I need to get one of these as well? But I won't have time to explore it on this particular run. This run's essentially over anyway. Actually, we might have some trouble with the boss now that I think about it. The sun will hit everything anyway, but oh well. We'll see how it goes. Maybe it'll just be okay. not going great, but you know. This was definitely a bit of a hard mode for this particular boss, so I definitely should have considered that when I chose my balls a little bit more, but I think we're gonna make it somehow. Did it. Wasn't great, wasn't glamorous, but we did survive long enough to make it work. Gained a level, and gained another level. Don't need more builder, I think. Oh, okay. That's nice. Look at you, just getting stuck down there like an absolute tool. Go you. Doesn't truly matter. It is actually even a little bit funny. Oh, you got out! Look at you go. You did it. Alright, so... that having been done, let's just do our second one immediately. How did that work? How did they all get out? I guess speed up is buggy. That's what that tells me. Look at you bouncing around for funsies. We did it. We set it up. That should be fine. Let us continue upgrading these. Who are we playing with? You can go to the gory grasslands. Who would you want to play with? Should I get my revenge with those two? Well, that's cool looking. I'm gonna try to get my revenge there, but I am gonna take a couple seconds to do that. I'm gonna take a couple minute break, and I'll be back very shortly. Take care.